When people talk about the great power forwards of the early 2000s, three all-time great names usually come up, as they should: Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and Dirk Nowitzki. But one player who rarely gets mentioned who was competing at that elite level at that same position was the all-star Chris Webber, who for a variety of reasons gets overlooked among the great forwards of that era. Today, we're evaluating the legacy, talent, and overall career of Chris Webber, and we'll start as we always do by taking it back to the beginning of his career. Chris was drafted with the first overall pick in the 1993 NBA draft by the Orlando Magic, but was then immediately traded to the Golden State Warriors for Penny Hardaway and 3 future first-round picks. His talent earned him the first selection as he was a quality scorer, a solid ball handler, and could rebound with the best of them, and those skills translated extremely well to the NBA level. With Webber added to the starting lineup, the Warriors became a winning team once again, on their way to the NBA playoffs. They went 50-32 throughout the regular season, and Webber was named that season's Rookie of the Year with averages of 17.5 points, 9.1 rebounds, 3.6 assists, and 2.2 blocks on 55.2% shooting. It was a strong first season that ultimately ended in a sweep to the defending Western Conference champions, the Phoenix Suns.
Webber had a healthy season and broke out as an all-star. He averaged 20.1 points, 10.3 rebounds, 4.6 assists, and 1.9 blocks on 51.8% shooting. This was good enough to lead them to a 44-38 record and the 8th seed in the playoffs before they were eliminated by Jordan and the Bulls. Thanks to Webber, this was Washington's first playoff appearance in 9 seasons. By the summer of 1998, Webber had established himself as one of the better power forwards the league had to offer. But after failing once again to make a deep postseason run, Washington was ready to commit to a full rebuild and traded Webber to a place where he would settle down and enjoy the prime of his career, the Sacramento Kings. With additional acquisitions of Peja Stojakovic, Vlade Divac, and Jason Williams, Sacramento was quickly building themselves a contender in the Western Conference. Webber would continue to improve his game as he led the league in rebounds in 1999 with 13 per game, which ended Dennis Rodman's streak of 7 straight seasons as the rebounding champion. Chris's prime season came in the 2002 campaign, where the 27-year-old put up 27.1 points, 11.1 rebounds, 4.2 assists, and 1.7 blocks on 48.1% shooting. At this point, Webber was legitimately in the conversation of being the best power forward in the entire league. His 27.1 points per game is a higher average than Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, or Dirk Nowitzki have ever achieved. With these incredible numbers, Webber led Sacramento to a 55-27 season as he finished 4th overall in the league MVP race. They would go on to lose in the playoffs to Shaq and Kobe's Lakers for the 2nd straight season, as their rivalry was continuing to heat up. But the following season appeared to be Webber's and the Sacramento Kings' year. As a Lakers fan who hates to admit this, I can say that the 2002 Kings had a beautiful and unselfish style of team basketball, as they had 7 players who averaged double-digit scoring over the course of the season. Webber once again did his part, as he put up solid numbers throughout the season, leading the Kings to a 61-21 record, which was easily the best record in franchise history. After handily beating the Utah Jazz and the Dallas Mavericks in the first 2 rounds, the stage was set for the game's biggest rivals to square off for the 3rd straight season: Lakers, Kings, best of 7. At this point, everyone who followed the NBA closely knew that this was the real NBA championship. The Western Conference was superior in talent to the Eastern Conference,
45 minutes later, is everything good?
Represented the East in the finals. Both the Lakers and the Kings would destroy them. Over the series, Webber did lead the Kings in turnovers and made several crucial blunders in critical moments, which I'll touch on more later. But overall, he had a monster series, putting up strong all-around numbers. This would be a classic 7-game series for the ages, but unfortunately, it may also be the most controversial series of NBA history. The Lakers would win this series in overtime of the 7th game, but many people think it shouldn't have even got to that point. Sacramento was leading the series 3-2 when Game 6 had numerous questionable calls throughout the game that was going almost entirely in the Lakers' favor. It seemed just like bad refereeing at the time, but it turns out it was probably much more than just that. Years later, NBA referee Tim Donaghy was convicted and sent to prison for illegal gambling, as he bet on NBA games that he refereed. Donaghy has since said that the league had an agenda to have the Lakers win Game 6. Whether or not you believe this statement is up to you. Based on this information, Chris Webber should be an NBA champion and be known as the man who was the best player on the team that ended the Shaq and Kobe dynasty. This is another reason why Chris Webber's legacy is overlooked, although I don't think it should be. In my opinion, he deserves to have a ring, and he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. After this point, Webber would continue to be an effective and elite player for several years, but he would begin to deal with more and more injuries and would never quite get as close to the mountaintop as he did with the Kings in 2002. He closed out his career playing with Philadelphia, Detroit, and the Golden State Warriors. Looking at the totality of his career, Webber was a 5-time All-Star, he made 5 All-NBA teams, was the 1994 Rookie of the Year, and was the 1999 Rebounding Champion. Overall, he was a solid scorer, could bang down low, but also had a quality mid-range jumper. He was a terrific rebounder and was one of the best passing big men of his era. In my opinion, Webber had the perfect storm of circumstances for being a great player who gets overlooked in history. For one, he should have been an NBA champion, but he wasn't. Second, he was a bit of a journeyman who spent the majority of his career playing for less prestigious teams. And 3, he didn't play long enough to rank very high on the all-time lists. Not everything about Webber's game was fantastic, though. He was a player who was known to make many crucial errors and mistakes when it counted. After all, one of his most famous plays of his career was actually from his college days with the Michigan Wolverines, when he called a timeout in the final moments when his team didn't have any. This resulted in a technical foul, possession going to North Carolina, and ultimately caused his team to lose the national championship game. Some of these mental lapses continued into his basketball career, as he made many costly turnovers, like I alluded to from the 2002 West Finals. And I even remember an instance in the playoffs where he already had a technical foul and was visibly upset and nearly got ejected by picking up his second one when Kobe Bryant tried to calm him down so that he could stay in the game. That's right. His opponent tried to get him to keep his cool so that he could remain in the game for what was, at the time, the biggest game of his life. Regardless of his judgment issues in key moments, Webber was still an overall all-time great in his position. He had a higher career scoring average than Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett, and he had a higher assist per game average than Duncan, Garnett, and Dirk Nowitzki. I wouldn't rank him higher on the all-time list than Duncan, Dirk, or Garnett, but at the very least, he belongs in that class of great big men. Let me know in the comments section if you think Chris Webber deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and does he deserve an NBA championship ring? Thanks for watching as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Thank you for joining in. It's your man HRap coming at you live and direct as usual. It is Tuesday. That means good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Built for This Network. This is the End of the Bench podcast. Thank you for tuning in. It's going to be an interesting evening. We got a lot to talk about, but you know how I do it. This is a podcast. And why do I say it's a podcast every week? Because I get sick of people telling me, hey man, I missed your show. No, you didn't. You just didn't watch it. How about that? So with that being said, I want to let you know you can tune in live right now on Spreaker.com or Built for This Network, or you can come to YouTube for the End of the Bench podcast. Now, with that being said, you can also, in the event that you have to leave early, unable to complete this, you can go to Spreaker.com, YouTube, as you are, potentially are now. Hit Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Deezer, Castbox, and Podcast Addict, or wherever you download your podcast. Thank you for tuning in. As I do every week, I want to acknowledge my family and my ancestors. Without them, there is no me. I do it every week because when you send out pledge of respect and blessings to your ancestor, or acknowledgement to your ancestor, they send down protection and blessings to you. That covers everybody who's connected to the Whitmore family: Pollard, Turner, Battle, Cotton, Harper, Bailey, Chris Lansdowne, Liggins, Duncan, and the Williams clan. We are in the building. Thank you for tuning in. Again, this is HRap B in the place to be. We are going to talk about a lot today. We got NFL news, we got NBA news, we got the Super Bowl, the Hall of Fame. Major League Baseball made some announcements. It's a lot going on this week, man. And what we're gonna do is, in a second, my co-host will be on, and we'll get everything kicked off. First and foremost, before they even come, what I want to do is this: I want to acknowledge. Some people transitioned into the ancestral realm. First and foremost, one of the most respected reporters in ESPN history. He goes by the name. He's of Cuban descent. One of my favorite reporters. One of the reasons I like him is because he was one of the few reporters that didn't play the steroid game. Oh, I don't like you, Barry Bonds. And, he was telling it straight up how it was. And he goes by the name of rest in peace, Pedro Gomez. Rest in peace, Pedro Gomez. One of my favorite coaches in NFL history transitioned today. He goes by the name of Marty Schottenheimer. Rest in peace to Marty Schottenheimer. And last but not least, Mary Wilson, the great Motown talent, one of the greatest singers in the history of the world, one of the most beautiful women in the history of the world. She transitioned, I think, a few days ago. Rest in peace, Mary Wilson. Thank you for tuning in again, man. Death is part of life. It's not something that we like dealing with, but it is a part of this realm. So when we lose our ancestors, that's what happens. They transition, they go into another realm, and we, as on the living side, we put ourselves in a situation to send respects to them, and then we keep them in our hearts. It's an African proverb. As long as somebody says your name, you will live forever. Shout out to my man Fly Ty. Thank you, Ty, for joining in. Shout out to Chief Rocker and RC. I want to thank my man Rello and my man Kirby as of right now. And as I was stating, man, it's not a sad affair when our ancestors transition. It's a situation to whereas, hey, it is what it is. We are putting ourselves in situations every day so we can take care of ourselves. And if you don't do what's necessary, what will happen is you will repeat it, according to African proverbs as well. So what you have to do is put yourself in the best possible situation to take care of everything you can while you're here. And as long as you do that, you will live on forever because your family, your friends, your neighbors, and anybody who's ever come in contact with you, they will be there to represent for you. With that being said, I want to continue on. I'm going to go forward with the show. It's like I said, man, the Super Bowl was a couple days ago. I'm going to say that for last, say the best for last. What happens this week is, as I wait on my co-host, I want to talk about Major League Baseball. As a matter of fact, here my co-host right here, my man Joe from Houston. What's happening, Joe?
What up? Chilling, man.
Well, let's just jump right into this. You got the NBA All-Star Game. This is a strange NBA season right now. You got the NBA All-Star Game coming up. It's supposed to be at the end of this month or the middle of this month, but due to COVID and the constraints of schedule and things of that nature, it's going to be in a few weeks. You have people like LeBron James and other stars saying that they have no energy for this, and you got other players saying that they want to play. What are your opinions on what's going on with the NBA All-Star Game? Talk to me about that.
Thoughts on that? That is pretty weird because you do have a lot of the big name stars actually saying, "Hey, I don't want to do the All-Star Game," and it's already being condensed from the NBA league. More so saying we're going to cut it down from a weekend to more so a day type of thing. They don't want to do it. if the A-listers or the all-stars that's supposed to be playing don't want to play, who we finna watch? See?
Well, me personally, I think it's a situation to where, as you're talking about television partners, they really want this game to take place. When you got the television partners wanting the game to take place, what you're gonna have to do is capitulate. Look, if you're an NBA All-Star, take your ass to the NBA All-Star game. See, the thing is, no, I'm not gonna knock. Yes, I am. Fuck that. I am gonna knock these motherfuckers. Look, dude, you make $40 million. Take your ass to the NBA All-Star game and play. I'm sick of this shit. Look, if you get mistreated, if you feeling it's unfair, cool, I understand that. But this crying and pissing and moaning that these professional athletes are doing right now, no more of that, man. I'm not finna take the soft shoe way anymore. Look, you get paid between the average NBA salary is $10 million. This what you do. Get your ass up and go find another job that pays $10 million and then I'll listen to your complaints. Until you do that, I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm tired of it. These dudes bitching and moaning and fans covering for that shit. You got to be outside your goddamn mind to think that this shit is cool. Look, man, if you out here risking your damn life and COVID, tell you what, you have the right, every NBA right to not play, period. Right. Don't play. Don't play none of the season. Forfeit that $40 million. Go home and relax. Period. I'm sick of this, man. I'm sick of professional athletes. Look, man, as I just stated, if you're in a situation to whereas you are not doing, if you're saying, hey, man, I don't want to endanger my family and all this, it's some NFL players that say, hey, man, my mom, my wife, yada, yada. Man, God bless those brothers, man. But these NBA chumps, I'm sick of it. I'm sick to death of it. I finna get a soft shoe. Hell no. If you signed up to play, you play for the fans. The people who buy the NBA ticket, the people who buy them damn jerseys, the people who buy those hats, shirts, drawers, t-shirts, gloves, everything that comes along with being a star, deal with it. Now, if you don't want to deal with the media, I get that. If you don't want to do, but look, bruh, you set your ass somewhere in your life and said, I am going to work my behind off until I become an NBA star. This is part of the deal. People need to stop with the pissing and moaning. Tell you what, like my man Chief Rocket just said in the chat room, give me that money. These dudes play in the summer for free. Right. Y'all asses are in Chicago at IIT, Chicago at Malcolm X College, Chicago at gyms throughout the city. You out there at UCLA playing with Baron Davis in the Drew League. You got Kobe and KD played at the Rucker. But you can't play in the COVID? You're playing in the COVID every night? Right. Look, man, I don't want to hear I'm away from my family. Tell you what. It's some people that's delivering groceries. It's some people that's driving Uber. It's some people that working at grocery stores. It's some people that's working at Walgreens, CVS, Piggly Wiggly. They working at HRap. They working at McDonald's. And some of them dudes in there can hoop. Get them your money, and I guarantee you that, look, man, I'm sick of it. That's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of people complaining about nonsense. It's getting on my damn nerves. It really is. And I'm not soft-shoeing it anymore. No. Oh, man, you will never. I request that everybody who listens to my show, never listen to my show again when it come to me saying, oh, man, I don't really want to. Just don't listen to me no more, because that means I'm lying from that point on. Everything after that, I'm lying. Because that is a lie. Enough of this nonsense, man. You are getting paid. Dude, where else do you make $100 million to do what you want to do? Get the hell out. Oh, man. And all these old sideline activists. Oh, man, these white motherfuckers. Man, get the hell out of here. You signed up for that. Now, if this was college basketball or something like that, then you got the right to be like, nah, man, I won't play no extra stuff. But this is what you signed up for, man. This is why, like Bill Parcells said on one of them highlight reels, this is why you lift all those weights. That's why you do that stuff. I ain't trying to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that nonsense. Get your ass out there, LeBron James, and play hard. Oh, man, blah, blah. Look, man, see, this freedom of speech thing, It's cool, man. You got the right to say what you want to say. But I got the right to say what I want to say too. Shout out to Lauren. Thank you for joining in. But yeah, man, I'm sick of this nonsense, man. This is just stupid at this point. Oh man, my family. You ain't worried about your family when you at the club. You got guys sneaking off the Magic City and getting chicken wings. Enough of that nonsense, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that, man. I ain't trying. Y'all can accept them stupid ass excuses all you want, man. I'm not, man. And in regards to league business, they should play that shit, man. Look, man, you getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars. You are doing exactly, you are living a dream. Again, if you're being discriminated against, if you're being disrespected, if you're being lied on, you didn't sign up for that. But anytime we talking about 94 feet by 54 feet, 10-foot high rims, I don't want to hear no complaint. Like back-to-back games. You know how many times all those dudes in the NBA stood out on a free basketball court for 10, 11, 12 hours in a day, and now you can't hop on a plane and fly to Chicago and play? Enough. I ain't going. Y'all can take that foolishness if you like. I'm with it. I understand this is the soft and cuddly era of the world. Everybody feelings. Damn your feelings. Because I don't make a million of anything. I don't even make $1 million pesos. So you can miss me with that nonsense. With that being said, man, the Olympics, now, this is something, but again, you signed up for it. You don't have to do this. The Olympics starts in the middle of this summer. Shout out to the Olympic Committee. Shout out for everybody. Shout out to the people in Japan. Shout out for people who putting their lives in jeopardy for our entertainment. Mad love to all of y'all. But here's something else. Everybody the IOC asks you to lock down your schedule by the 26th of June. Or where is that? Well, basically, the NBA season ends 4 to 6 days before you have to lock down your NBA basketball, your Olympic basketball team roster. People are asking again, should they get a pass or a buy or a waiver so they can get that stuff? Hold on, my man. Wait, before you answer that, my man RC says, I disagree. I'm not with the shut up and dribble. No, that ain't shut up and dribble. That's do your damn job. You could talk all you like. Let's do your damn job, man. You play basketball for a living. Sign out. Don't get paid this whole year. Wait on the sidelines until you feel safe. I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not going to have one bad word to say about you. I'm not going to do any of that. I respect it. But when you sign up and play. HRap, do you have an opinion on when Dick Vermeil basically said the same thing? No, I don't. Because you know what? It wasn't COVID. Dick Vermeil's comment had nothing to do with COVID. You're comparing apples to pears. These dudes bitching and moaning about signing up for some shit they signed up for, man. If you feel this COVID thing is too dangerous for you, I respect everybody's right to not play. But when you say, I'm going to play, that meant you signed up for the Christmas games. You signed up for the Martin Luther King games. You signed up for the Valentine's game. You signed up for the All-Star game, the St. Patrick's Day. You signed up for everything. Now, as I stated, if you're being disrespected, you got every right to speak up. If you feel your community is being disrespected, speak up, stand on it. But when they asking you simply to play an additional game that you actually love to play in, I ain't got no sympathy or no empathy for that. Don't play. If you signed up for the season in December, or whenever y'all negotiated the 72-game season, you said, I'm going to do that. I'm down. Guess what comes along with a 72-game season in the midst of a pandemic? The All-Star game. They're not asking these dudes to go door to door and let people cough in their face. They're asking them to play one more game. I want to hear this nonsense. Give me $40 million. I'm gonna either do like the Cats with the Patriots, or I'm gonna play.
Hey, you done changed my mind. Get out there and play. Get out there and play. Pretty much like you said, like these fans out here voting for these players and stuff like that. Hey, do your thing. Come out there and give us a show.
Microwave said, I disagree. There's one thing to play. This is part of the regular season. The All-Star game is part of the regular season. These same chumps get mad. You got Gobert crying because he didn't get $1 million bonus because he didn't make the All-Star team 365 days ago or 2 years. Within recent history, he's crying that he can't play. This part of the job, man. I ain't trying to hit under this. Your life is in jeopardy. Your life in jeopardy every time you step outside your crib in the midst of a pandemic. Then, if you don't want to do it, stay home. I'm going to respect that choice. But when you sign up to play, play. Stop. I don't care what LeBron said. LeBron James is the face of the league. Play the extra game. Play the game. When you agree to the contract of playing in a COVID season, do it. Hey, bro. Hold up. Microwave is making excuses that they said was going to be in Florida or Atlanta. When they agreed to the contract in December to play these 72 games, did anybody not think it was going to be in Atlanta? Everybody on earth know where the All-Star. If you're part of the NBA family, you know where the All-Star going to be this year and next year. You knew it was going to be in Chicago last year, and I think they usually counted out 2, maybe 3 seasons. You knew it.
Because it was supposed to be in Indianapolis this year, and they changed that to, and now they're saying Atlanta, like pretty much what he said. But it's pretty much known a couple years of when it's supposed to be the All-Star game and where it's supposed to be. So it was known.
Fuck out of here, man. I ain't trying to hear this shit no more. I'm tired of this. Oh, man, my feelings hurt. Fuck your feelings, man. Fuck your feelings. Get up and do my fucking job. Pay my bills. I'm just tired, man. I'm tired of and everybody want to coddle millionaires. Where on earth do the poor take care of the rich? Besides in the sports world. It's nonsense, man. Nonsense. It's trash. Tired, man. Everybody, man. Look, man. Tell you what. Give me a couple $100 million and I put myself in danger. Or I stay home and not play. When you agree to the get down, this is part of the get down. You said, I want to play. I never said he said he wasn't going to play. I'm just tired of people even discussing it. When you agreed to the 72-game season, you knew that I can't think of a woman who's the president. Hell, LeBron James, the vice president of the Players Association. Don't him and Chris Paul run the Players Association? So your best friend, if nothing else, your best friend agreed to it. And I doubt if they're doing anything without including one LeBron James and any decisions in the National Basketball Association. So, you knew this was coming. So you're going to wait till the day? That's like when I used to get mad on my way to the kitchen. My mom say, wash the dishes, Brian. Oh, man, take your dumb ass in there and wash them dishes. That's what this is to me. What's up? I got my man Ben for BS3. Thank you, Ben. Dope show last night, man. Thanks for always having me on. Much love. I'm just tired. It's a pissing moment. This is why people don't pay attention to folks. Because every issue ain't worth talking about. Man.
That's true.
Everything. You agreed to this.
It's getting drawn out. Like you said, I mean, you know that anytime LeBron speaks, it's somewhat the gospel to everybody. So as long as when he says something, you get a few people backing him, there's always going to be some controversy behind it. No. But like you said, you signed up for this, you knew what was happening, you knew what was going to happen. Bang. Do your thing. Do your job.
So, let me see. HRap, we talking about not playing one damn game. And I'm talking about playing one damn game. What's the difference between sitting out one game for the rest of the difference is when you agreed to play this season, that was a part of the agreement. There is no call-in number. When you agreed to play this goddamn season, this is what you signed up for. Everybody, when the fuck do you honor what you say you're going to do? Damn it. There is no excuses. You got to get your ass up and go to work tomorrow, Microwave. RC has to get up and go to work tomorrow. And you're not making millions of dollars. So some basketball player, damn that, man. These dudes in the National Football League, they signing up for everything. They signed up for it. Yeah, hey, man, we playing. And if you don't want to play, you go home. And it's cool. It's cool. You know what? It is a call-up number. 1 second. I will activate my call-up number. I want the smoke today. I want all the damn smoke today. I want it. Give me a second.
You want the smoke? You want the smoke?
God damn. We got motherfuckers. Fuck. The fuck out of here with this shit. At what point do we just go, hey man, I'm gonna just do what the fuck I said I was gonna do? Where did that happen? So we ain't honoring none of that no more. Let me activate this damn line.
Oh man. Hey, shout out to Lady Care for coming through. Thank you for joining the show with us, man. Oh man.
The number 773-797-2409. 773-797-2409. The fuck, man? If it's only one game, take your black ass out there and play it. Excuses, man. Excuses. Excuses are the tool of the inadequate. Building monuments of nothingness. That's what an excuse is.
I've used that moniker so many times, so I definitely understand that.
Tired of this, man. It's like, dude, you play a game for a living.
It's an opinion. It's an opinion. It's a feeling.
I don't need that. Hey, RC, you know me, man. I'm talking about these suckers who crying and bitching. Dude, do you know it's a motherfucker fighting to get in the gym to play for free. Oh man, my health. Don't play. Don't play. Don't play at all. But back to the Olympics, man. What are your thoughts? Should they get this pass on the Olympics? Should they do this? I'm mad. You know what, Ben? I'm mad. Thanks, Ray to Kev. I'm mad because I'm tired of people making excuses for pussies. What's up, Microwave? Speak on it.
What's going on, HRap?
I'm listening.
Hey, first of all, I appreciate you opening up the phone line for little old me.
I'm listening.
All right. Listen, man. You cannot talk about player safety and you're going to have the all. My only issue is where they're having the All-Star game. If this was somewhere in like TNT said in my show earlier that Portland is one of the lowest states with transmission rate and new COVID cases. Have it there. Don't have it in a place where, half of the population is going around not even wearing masks, and you expect the players to keep themselves safe, right? A player can be fined or have to quarantine if he goes somewhere and gets some wings, you know what I'm saying? But you're going to have it in a place like Atlanta because why? Because it's wide open already? Like, that's my only issue. If it was a place that was safer, then I'm like, okay, I got to go play. You see what I'm saying? You coming to Atlanta for a regular game to play the Hawks. You coming in, you playing the Hawks, you need to let the hell back out. You don't got time for any one of your teammates or anyone that you might be around. LeBron James might not be worried about himself. He might be worried about what James Harden might do if you put him in Atlanta. And we know he likes the freaking strip club. You see what I'm saying? So James Harden go to the strip club a couple of days before the All-Star game, and now I got to go play on the court with this dude. That's the point that I'm trying to make. It's about
not about me. It's about I gotta trust these other dudes who's gonna be on the court with me in a place like Atlanta where most of the population already ain't wearing that.
So basically, what you're telling me is I'm supposed to feel empathy for some jackass who's living his dream who can't sit the hell down for 3 days.
Why am I? No, I'm not telling you to have empathy for the guy that can't sit his ass down for 3 days. I'm talking about having empathy for the guy who knows I don't want to be around these dudes because I know I can't trust a couple of them for 3 days.
Guess, watch this, microwave. So why are they having basketball in the city of Los Angeles where it's a hot spot anyway? Because Atlanta ain't no hotter than LA, which is one of the hottest spots. They shouldn't even be having basketball in LA then.
That's actually not true per capita. California is generally a bigger state than
I said, no, I'm not talking about California. I'm talking about Los Angeles. Los Angeles is on fire with COVID. Not the state of California, LA.
And they're not having it in LA.
The Lakers,
in Atlanta,
they not hold it. Are they playing basketball? Are they playing basketball games at the fucking what's the name of that goddamn place? At the Staples Center? They playing basketball there?
Yeah, they playing basketball there.
And that same James Harden can go to them titty bars out there, right? And they gonna play the Nets, and they gonna play the rest of these out of these dudes who have zero control, right?
Correct.
Help me understand.
But it's a longer period. All-Star weekend is a whole week off. It's a longer period of time that you're giving these dudes to be somewhere and telling them, okay, be disciplined. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, and listen, let me not just say James Harden, okay? Because look, I love strip clubs. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I was a professional athlete, I'd be in the strip club all the time too. So, outside of COVID, but
thank you. I'm glad you said that.
But we saw, outside of COVID. For me personally, but we saw James Harden during COVID already go somewhere where they got pictures and he had Matt like, all right, so look, I expect this dude. We already know he's a legend in Houston in the strip club. I expect him to come to arguably the mecca of strip club and expect him to be here give him a whole week off, and the game's gonna be here in the mecca of strip club, and expect for him not to show up in Magic City and go order him some win.
So again, I am supposed to exercise some empathy.
Let me say something.
What the hell you waiting on?
Okay, so microwave. So you're saying this is in Atlanta. This is in Atlanta. More so because it's a hot spot and stuff like that. That's everywhere, dog. That's everywhere. That's everywhere in the U.S. And everybody could possibly have this all-star game at it's a strip club from the up. It's a strip club in all these major cities. So that's not a very good excuse, dog.
Before I say anything, microwave, 1 second. Let me respond to Big Illinois. You don't think it ain't nobody shaking naked titties in Utah for some money?
Yeah, they ain't gonna be breaking protocol to get there. They probably saying whatever they want with your
So again, let me address Big Illinois. I don't want them to do anything, but I don't understand why grown men can't be trusted to not kill themselves. Because this shit out here, I got 5 less homies because of this shit. As of today, from 365 days ago today until my birthday in August, I lost 5 homies. I got 5 more people that beat it. You like microwave? You a dude who just said I like strip club. How many times you been in the last 365?
0.
Oh, okay. Why haven't you gone?
Because of COVID.
So hold. My man microwave and took his ass somewhere where it might kill his black ass because he wanted OD on birthdays. Hello?
Correct.
So,
That is correct.
So, do Microwave got $1 billion corporation to help him and Georgia Peach out?
Nah, absolutely not.
So my man Microwave, one of the more intelligent brothers I know, is saying, man, I'm finna sit my ass down because if I go X, Y, and Z, by the way, listeners, my man Microwave lives in the Atlanta metropolitan area. So, a brother with some sense who lives in the Atlanta metropolitan area who knows it's cats down here living reckless. I'm not bringing that shit home to my kids. I'm not bringing that shit home to my wife. I'm finna go home, go to work, go home and sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. And then go back to work the next day. These dudes who got financially way more on the line, they can't do what they ain't smart as my man Microwave. Microwave, HRap, and the brothers in the chat room who can't afford to put their life on the line, smarter than all 460 or 440 NBA players. Or they smarter than the 16.
Pretty much.
I'm listening.
We're not talking about the 400 plus NBA players. We're talking about the what? The
35, 40 dummies.
30 all-stars.
And the 4 or 5 dummies in that.
And maybe the 50 people, or let's say 30 to 50 people who's going to contribute in the All-Star weekend with the rookie game, if they doing that, and the three-point shootout, dunk contest, stuff like that. So, and also what I say is, I'm not so sure how I would feel at 25 if I'm a world-class athlete and I feel like, oh, well, if I catch it, I'll just be asymptomatic. I don't know. I mean, I would like to believe I would still make the same decision now, but you're talking to a man, 39 years old, and I got pre-existing conditions. So, but that difference is, what I'm saying is someone like LeBron, who has to worry about contracting it from one of these other dudes who maybe don't have a family, they just single and mingling out there, you know what I'm saying? And they out there willy-nilly. Now I come in contact with this dude not knowing that he wasn't being as smart as me, and now I still got to risk taking it home to my family. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not mad at them saying, look, because of COVID, I don't think we should be having an all-star game. And I get where you're coming from. Look, this is part of the season. But, like, I just don't agree with where they're choosing to have it. And I understand the concern with, it's not me that I'm worried about. It's not the 12 teammates who I got to play 72 games with. I can hold them accountable. I got to see them all year. It's these other guys who play on other teams who really couldn't give a damn about me. They try to stop me from getting a championship any motherfucking way. You know what I'm saying? So why would they give a damn about if they was already out there possibly breaking protocols with their own team? Why would they worry about me and my family? So no, I don't want to be around those guys unless I'm playing their team.
Microwave, we gonna disagree. We gonna agree to disagree. I should have sent you the video link actually instead of giving you the number. Now, hey, bro, what you're saying is coming from your humane side, in my opinion. I have no knock against you and RC from looking at this from a humanitarian side. I'm just looking at it like Rated Kev said. I think these guys think their money will protect them from ordinary situations, aka entitled. Nah, man. If you don't take your ass, hey, bro. See, this is why I agree with Rated Kev. Our broke asses, I don't mean that in no disrespectful way. I'm just looking at it compared to what they get. Our broke asses is doing everything we can so we can see tomorrow. Tomorrow is the goal for Microwave. Because they think, oh man, I ain't got to do this, I ain't got to do that, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Man, screw that. Everybody in the world got to go to work. Hey, dog, it's some cats out here Ubering, Amazoning, UP. But hold it. But guess what? If guess what? You don't have the option. Guess what? The company Christmas party is not gonna put a bonus in my pocket either. They not finna say, yo, rap. If you get invited to the company, you work at UPS. Shout out to my man Big P who got COVID at UPS. He got to get his ass up and go tomorrow morning. But if you know we are in a worldwide pandemic, this is not a couple niggas on the block got this. This everybody on every continent got this. Right. So if you the NFL Pro Bowl is after the season, and people in the National Football League opt out. Hold it. No, you're not gonna run that flat out bullshit. That's flat out bullshit because me and you both know every year you've been living, it's a motherfucker opting out of the Pro Bowl saying, I ain't playing. They actually changed the style of play so people wouldn't get hurt. This is a game that is the crown jewel of the National Basketball Association. Every year you do a show and I do a show and Rocker do a show and Ben do a show and everybody who do a sports podcast do a show and it's a segment on who got froze out of the All-Star game. When did you do a segment on who got ignored on the Pro Bowl? Apples to oranges, brother. Thank you. I listen to your show. I don't comment. I listen. All right.
Is that cool?
Hey, man, it's all good. Let's keep. I told you, I'm here for the smoke today. This is the smoking section. I ain't never seen nobody do, oh man, Pro Bowl snubs. People get because Dan Marino didn't go, he got like 8 Pro Bowls. Now, like we was talking about, the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl is a total different entity. That's after the season is gone. Everybody chilling. We finna hit Hawaii and kick it. Tom Brady don't go to the Pro Bowl. Peyton Manning used to go to the Pro Bowl. A lot of people don't go to the Pro Bowl. Now, I have had conversations. I never had one with you, but I know you and Mo Cheese, you and Chief Rocker, you and anybody who you never talked about with sports have had this conversation. Oh, man, such and such, they on BS. They need to expand the roster because you need to make the All-Star team. Correct? What's popping?
Go ahead, Mo. Now you talking about all teams and expand the roster. What's going on, bro?
What's happening? We're talking about people making complaints about the All-Star game. Take your ass to the All-Star game. Stop bitching. If you want to, I'm standing on your head. I'm standing with you. I'm standing behind you when you talk about social issues, if you talk about mistreatment in the locker room, anything that you got to complain about that you didn't sign up for, I'm with you. Oh, wait, I got you. Even if I disagree with it, if it's some BS, if it's some non-job related stuff, I'm with you. But not playing in a game that you agreed to play on, that you be mad at, that you be mad when your black ass don't make. If you scared, stay your ass downtown on Peachtree, catch the bus to the stadium, go to the stadium, play, get your ass back on that sanitized bus, and take your ass home. Period. I ain't trying to hear nobody, oh, this is a hot spot.
I think this year, and I don't know if we just giving a pass for this year, but I think this year is a very different situation with the pandemic going on. If there's so much importance or so much emphasis being put on player safety, in the arena or we have limited fans in the arena, you don't want these guys to take hands, you don't want them to change jerseys, then I kind of side with the players that are saying, okay, with all of this is in effect, why aren't we having an All-Star game? And why are we having an All-Star game in a city that's wide open? Of course, you know, Atlanta is my second home, but it's wide open. There's no real restraint being put on the city as far as no mask mandate in Georgia, because we got a dumbass government. So you're putting the players at risk. You have them flying through one of the biggest international airports.
The biggest.
What strands of the virus?
In America. The biggest in America.
Yeah. Because you don't know what strands of the virus will come in on the international side, but now you expect these players to come in. Granted, they're going to be taking private planes, so they don't necessarily have to deal with the hustle and bustle of the airport itself, but you're bringing them into that city. So it's interesting because I was having the same conversation with a dude yesterday, and he was like, the one thing I would say about LeBron's comment, everything that he said up to the point of if they vote me in, I'm going to play made sense. And as soon as he made that statement, to me, he kind of sort of, it was like, okay, well, what did you say references for? Is he going to stand against it, or is he going to go play it?
My point exactly. Back to what you were saying. So why the fuck the Atlanta Hawks playing in Atlanta? Because, hey, I got to come my ass there and play the Hawks.
Money makes the world go round.
Bingo! Bingo! Money makes the world go round. And basically, y'all don't want to give up. Guess why they playing? Look, the NBA wanted to start the damn season a month ago today. And the players didn't want to get none of that bread back. They didn't want to get none of that NBC, ABC, ESPN, TNT, TBS, NBA Network, and local TV money back. So they agreed to a not 82-game season. They agreed to a 72-game season. So when you agreed to that, this was part of the agreement.
Now, I haven't been able to obviously look up all of the tournaments, but I want to say I saw something where LeBron said that the All-Star game wasn't something that they negotiated in the original terms of restarting the season. That's true, and you just bring up the All-Star game, and I mean, you got it right. But again, if it's something that you already agreed to, I mean, it's just, hey, get voted in and don't play. If you feel so strongly about it, I said that. Just because you voted in doesn't mean that you have to go play. If you feel like you feel just maybe at risk, then you must let it see.
At the end of the day, I'm sick of these pussies crying. Tell you what, I bet you I'm not finna put your business out here, but I bet you your ass to come play in the All-Star game versus doing what you're doing right now.
You're damn right.
Thank you. And your ass is in jeopardy. Your ass is in jeopardy every day. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want nobody to get hurt. But guess what? Everybody who's going to listen to this got to get their ass up and put their life. Most people, because some people work from home, but most people who going to listen to this got to get their ass up and go to work tomorrow. So, hey, homie.
My thing is this, though. All it takes is one player. If one player that plays in that All-Star game is positive and they don't catch it before they're out there playing, you're going to have, 10, 11 teams, that are going to have to be worried about. Let's say they play in the game, somebody positive, they don't find out till 2 days later.
Nah, but they not doing that. Microwave. They testing these people fresh off the bus. It's too much shit set up to stop that. So we can't do the what if.
We had a situation where in the NFL, a team approved barber was mid-haircut.
No, that's not true. That's not true. They caught him. No, they caught him going into the building. He tested positive 5 days before. They tested positive the night before. And before he came in the building, they tested him again, and they said, get your ass up out of here.
The
I know who you're talking about.
He was in the middle of the backup center's haircut. He was in the middle of the dude's haircut when they pulled him out.
From what I read, they caught him before he got in the building.
Nah, no, that is not true. He was literally in the middle of the dude's haircut, and they came back in and told him that he had tested positive and he had to die.
So, what if the world blew up tomorrow? Because I mean, we can do this what if thing for all eternity. At the end of the day, just like Kyrie Irving called 400 motherfuckers into a Zoom video, how about doing that? Hey man, stay the fuck in your room. I ain't trying to get this shit. And if I get it from you, I'm gonna fuck you up. Since all them dudes swear they tough and gangster.
Pretty much.
By the time you find out where you got it from, you'll be away from it.
Hey, guess what? And I'm going to get healthy, and I'm going to go kick his drawers in his ass. Because he put my family and my life in jeopardy.
It's not interesting that the league that is predominantly black is the only sport that's having an all-star game. Everybody else decided to cancel this.
So that's a black thing? Here we go.
I'm not saying it's a black thing. I feel closer to it's a dance monkey thing.
It's a what thing?
I think it's closer to a dance monkey. You want to get this money, you got to go out there and dance. Whereas every other league, and it's funny because we're talking about the NBA is more of a player-friendly league that more has in the past been more concerned for the players. But in this particular situation, if you want this network money and sponsorship, then you're going to have to go out there and play. Well, now, Chris Paul is short though. That's, and I agree with what you said earlier, HRap. Mo, that's where the difference is that Chris Paul is actually for this because he plans on giving a lot of proceeds to COVID relief and as well and to HBCUs, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't think they should be having a game, but if players want to play, then all right, go ahead and play. I just feel like this should be a year where if somebody wanted to opt out of the All-Star game, all right, cool, I don't want to play any game, then I don't think they should be criticized for it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I guess I can see both sides of the argument, but, you know, I see where you're coming from, HRap, but it's just like, I mean, come on now. What's the difference between I don't want to play this game in the back-to-back, and I'm going to sit out this game? When we're talking about LeBron also, who, like he said in his argument, hey, man, we won a championship and had to start the season 71 days later. Now, I also did hear that the NBA said it was not true, and they did not say that they wouldn't have an all-star game, but they didn't say that they necessarily would either.
I'm going to use...
So there lies the gray area.
I'm going to use Ray the Cavs' response. Players use the All-Star game to build a brand and produce marketing. The NFL Pro Bowl never has been anything more than a vacation. It's a big difference. And by the way, July 13th, 2021, in Atlanta, Georgia, there will be a Major League Baseball All-Star game. 13% black. 7% black.
But there wasn't one last year.
Hey, you know why they had the All-Star game last year? Because the country didn't go on lockdown until March.
Yeah, everything that just happened.
And soon as one brother, Gobert, got it, they told everybody, you got your hat, get your coat, you out of here.
But HRap though, but why we mad at, like you said, our players use that to build their brand and all that stuff. So if LeBron wants to say, hey, give my spot to somebody else, let them build their brand, I'm good this year.
Okay. And then when ABC said, give me that $400 million back, then what they say?
They gonna say, give me my $400 million back because LeBron ain't playing?
No, because they played. That contract states that we gonna max out on this money on this all-star commercials and this all-star nonsense. We gonna get money for this. We're able to give you billions of dollars because of things like the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, the All-Star Game. Don't think people just played the NBA Finals last year because everybody loved to play. They played that because everybody loved to pay or get paid. And I'm not telling nobody, hey man, put your life in danger to entertain me. But what I'm saying is, if you agree to put your life in danger, put it in danger, damn it. If you want to be a stunt man, be a stunt man. The mountain ain't too big now. You a stunt man. Oh no, I can't jump off a moving train. I was just gonna jump off a train that y'all made it look like it was moving. No, you're a stunt man.
Whoa. Look, I might do my own stunt in the train moving 10 miles an hour. You talking 50 miles an hour. Nah, man, find somebody else.
Watch this though. But you know what? You read the script, right? And the script said the train gonna be moving 50 miles per hour, microwave. You gonna jump, and you said, hell yeah, I'm doing my own stunts. And then when you saw that train moving, you said, we gonna give you $40 million to do this movie, microwave. And when you saw that damn train moving, you was like, well, wait a minute, man. I thought it was a moving train in my mind. Hell no. Jump.
You never asked what would I do if I was an athlete. I was just telling you what I would do right now and how I feel.
Hey, bruh. All I'm saying, I don't want no. Hey, bruh. No, I'm not mistaking that. But you used the example of that. So when you agreed to it and you took the check, this part of the check, man. You can't say I want to be a Secret Service agent when they start shooting, hold up the president and duck behind him like Nino. Let me address RC. Kevin Durant is one of the biggest dudes, but Kevin Durant keeps testing positive now. Guess what? That gives him the greatest parachute.
And it's his second time catching it, too.
Right.
No, I was going to say, Kevin Durant, it was more so just contact. He had tested positive, but enough people around him that tested positive. They even pulled him out mid-game to say, hey, one of them people that positive.
That's what I'm saying. Now, how many of them put the next players nowadays?
Hey, man, if that's the case, they need to rebubble this shit then. But don't nobody want to rebubble because you can't do what you want to do. That's what this all boils down to. I can't do what I want to do. And none of us who work for somebody can do what we want to do. Unless your motherfucking first name Master, last name P, you got to do what they say. And I do it. Let me be clear. Crystal. Do I want any of these young brothers to get hurt? No. Do I want these brothers to get sick? No. Am I saying miss me with this bullshit? Because you signed up for this. Chris Paul is your man. Those people running everything past you. And LeBron James is straddling the damn fence. Pick a side, homie.
You think they got a little rift?
Who? No. See, y'all want to go down these rabbit holes. Bruh, LeBron James is putting up a front to make it seem like I'm down with the players. I'm down with the players. Because you remember what was the boy said last year? LeBron James said, we going to play. Patrick Beverly. So he want to seem like I'm a union guy, but I understand. No. I don't understand the oppressor under no circumstances. No. I don't understand the oppressor under no circumstances. He's straddling the fence. Bruh, all I'm saying is this. As Raider Kev said, as Joe said, and as I'm saying, we don't want these brothers hurt in no way, shape, form, or fashion. But if you can't sit your stupid ass home in the hotel room and order some fucking wings, or why the fuck do you want to go order wings anyway in the midst of some shit that might kill you? Everybody in the world watching The Walking Dead, and Your dumb ass want to go where the Walking Dead at. Hey, man, I was down there when it was super fight. I done been down there. But guess what? $40 million or some great chicken wings. Tell you what, $40 million, some great chicken wings that Butt Naked Holly Berry gonna feed me. I'm taking the $40 million.
Thanks.
But you know what? Like RC says, we disagree.
Are you I mean, and maybe you can, but are you 1,000% sure you would be the same way at 26?
Dude, do you understand my relationship with money?
Oh, look, you still gonna get your money.
Hey, bro. If
they ain't really missing no money.
Hey, just put it like this, dog. I'm gonna tell you something. You know my story. No pops, right? I don't want to get all into the minutia. I used to do nefarious activities. I was pretty good at those nefarious activities. When Nicole said, I'm pregnant, I went and got a fucking McDonald's job. Because I wasn't trying to go to the penitentiary and put my son in the same situation that I was in, without a dad. By the way, that's just happened to be the year that they changed the laws from 2 to 4 to 6 to 30. And if I would have kept doing what I was doing, I was going to get to 30. I went and started frying burgers, homie. So, yes.
After you heard, I'm pregnant.
No, yeah.
Everybody gonna be in the all-star game. I haven't heard necessarily from somebody, I'm pregnant.
No. See, let's see. What we're going to have to do as a community is stop listening so literally. We need to start listening laterally and understand. When it hold it. When it was only me I had to worry about, I was willing to take a chance. When it was somebody else factored in, I stopped. When it's only me, I'll go to get the lemon pepper wings. But if I can infect an entire league of people, I stopped at 23.
Okay. And how many people you think like you?
Hey.
How many people would we can see the street?
Hey, if
no
I
mask on, in their 20s, in their 30s. I see people in their 50s with no mask.
Hey, but guess what? You see people in their 50s with their masks, but they don't have with no mask because they making $25, $35, $55, $155, $275,000. How many of those people that make $175 million, $200 million, $40 million, $60 million with no mask?
A lot of them.
So
how many people we find out? How many people we find out CEOs of companies were goddamn insurrectionists? Huh? What, they ain't got money now?
Hey, man.
They down there with no mask, right?
You really want me to answer that question?
Oh, you sure?
Did you forget who you was talking to?
No, I ain't forget.
Man, fuck them crackers, man. Ain't no niggas doing that, man.
Alright, done deal. That's the story. Alright, that says it all. That says it all right there.
And again, man, I don't want nobody to get hurt, man. Because it sucks going to a funeral to my man, rest in peace, football captain, Umbrella Riley. My man, Anthony Green. My man, Daryl, played second base with us. And I could go on. My homegirl, Trina. My man, BC Cook. That shit sucks. But if you don't have the intestinal fortitude to sit the fuck down. You get what you deserve. A year. And look. My homies died when it was new. When did nobody have no homies die? These cats, you telling me a year into this, 400,000 people out of here, and you talk about some damn chicken wings and some booty shaking?
I mean, realistically speaking, we know that as much as it is bad to say, common sense ain't so common. You know what I'm saying? And people do dumb things, and a lot of these athletes, or should we say, most of these athletes have been able to get their way since they was at the very minimum in high school, if not at a younger level. So they don't like the idea, and then now they got all this money. They don't like the idea of being told what to do. Just the same way these billionaires don't want to hire no black coaches because they don't want to be hired. They don't want to be told what the hell to do. You know, it's sad that, people break up happy in that way, but it's not everybody, but everybody don't think common sense-wise and say, hey, look, I got to worry about my brother to the left of me, to the right of me, and when he might take home to his family. Some of them do sweat, man. I'll be all right.
How about this? Fly tie. For my 2 cents, someone had to agree to both sides of this All-Star game. Take your ass to Atlanta, homie. Take your ass to Atlanta. And man, I mean, the world is made for disagreements, and this is clearly one of them. And I'm not even trying to change our mind, to be perfectly honest with you. I just think I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of this. I am sick and tired of these cats running this nonsense. Oh, man, it's Thursday. I'm going to complain. Again, if you got a valid complaint about this, get down right here. If you in the league talking about, hey, man, the brothers is getting mistreated. Hey, man, like me, I don't think that agreement with the owners is a real thing to me, not to me. I would just take my money and go coach at an HBCU. Shout out to Deion Sanders. I've been saying it for 5 years. People told me I was crazy, but I've been crazy a bunch of times. Then I end up being right. But if it's me, I'm going to tell these dudes, I'm going to need you to relax and go on out there. If you can't sit your ass down for a weekend and follow protocol, then guess what? I almost called you RC because he was the last person that posted. Guess what, Wade? Everybody in the league in jeopardy anyway because these dummies got to play the Atlanta Hawks. These dummies got to play the Los Angeles Lakers and the Clippers. They got to go play the Knicks. They got to come here to Chicago, and it's hotter than $2 coochie here with the COVID. They got to play the Houston Rockets, and it's hot in the whole state of Texas. So the whole league in jeopardy anyway.
It's hot. Wow. It's a little different.
If you can't trust this dude to sit his ass down in Atlanta for a weekend, knowing it's hot, you can't trust him nowhere on earth.
Nowhere.
Well, you know what? Damn this NBA talk. Me and Joe finna talk Super Bowl. We finna talk Hall of Fame, Super Bowl. Keep your ears on. Call back if you want to. It's going down. And as a matter of fact, shoot me your email address. I would prefer that you actually be online because Big Illinois having internet complications. So if you want to come back, shoot me your email and I got you. I'm going to send you the link. And then you and Mo could talk through the link.
That's the best.
My man. That's my man Microwave. He'll be on next Tuesday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. What is it, 9? 8 a.m. Central Standard Time or however the fuck. Just look for X Squad Radio and you'll get my man Microwave hotter than fire. Hey, hotter than firecracker, man. That's what's up. Much love to Microwave. Much love to Mo Cheese. Stay strong, homeboy. Stay strong. At the end of the day, they'll all be there. Ray Kev made another statement. And enough money, I can have someone cook some wings and thank you, Ray Kev. That's what I'm saying. I'm with it. Thanks for the discourse. Thanks for discourse. My man DJ Mad Knox entered the room. Moni entered on the Spreaker side. J. Ron entered on the Spreaker side. Big Illinois should be calling in a second. And then we finna get this Hall of Fame Super Bowl. And y'all gonna be mad as hell at me again because I'm not trying to hear none of this GOAT talk. None of this GOAT talk. Britt Reed just got an administrative leave for following the car accident. Okay. Andy Reid's son. And you know what, man? I'm coming on here today, and I'm going to apologize to y'all because you may have liked my shows over the last 16 weeks, but I wasn't really plugged into the National Football League. I'm going to recommit myself in September. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. So I'm going to recommit myself. Yeah. Now, with that being said, the National Football League Crown Jewel happened this week. The NFL Hall of Fame. My man Drew Pearson, obvious choices of Peyton Manning and Rod Wilson. Rod Wilson is better than Peyton Manning at all points. He doper than him, and it's not because he's a Raider, because Peyton Manning he was choking his whole life. But let me look at this. Let me pull his list up. He did. Show me another dude won all those MVPs.
Shut up. Hey, we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about Peyton like that. But yes, as you said, Peyton Manning did lead regards to names in regards to the Hall of Fame. We got Charles Woodson, Calvin Johnson, your man Drew Pearson, Alan Garcia, Bill Nunn, Tom Flores, and John Lynch. That is our new class of Hall of Fame players.
Faneca.
Okay. You got it.
I think.
As far as it goes, and by me being an all-time Coach fan, I'm excited because I see Peyton, he's in the Hall of Fame. You are correct. There was a lot of disappointing seasons from him in regards to not being able to get over that hump. Unfortunately, that hump was usually Tom Brady in the Patriots. But as far as it goes, salute to Peyton. He's in regards to what we call the stat man. He has all the numbers. So as far as it goes, on paper, he's one of the best qualified Hall of Famers ever. In regards to eye test, my man came up very short in the big games, throwing multiple interceptions, just not being able to, cut the bus in regards to it. So it does suck against the industry, but I do want to congratulate Peyton Manning.
I mean, congratulate everybody who makes it in, and congratulate everybody who gets into the finals of this, man. This is an extremely difficult situation. It's a wonderful situation to be included into. I think when you look at people like Drew Pearson, see, what they're going to have to do, in my opinion, in all sports, enough of these dudes with these personal agendas, enough of these guys who and sports fans allow this, and it's not a knock against Drew, what I'm about to say. When you said, I'm a Peyton Manning fan, that has nothing to do with it. And the people who are in those rooms are saying that. I'm not knocking you, I'm knocking them. Oh, Peyton really treated me nice, so he goes in this way. Or this guy really mistreated me, and he goes in that way. That's why Roger Clemens is not a Hall of Famer. That's why Barry Bonds is not a Hall of Famer. Because they were two of the biggest jerk asses in the history of sports. That's why they're not there. It ain't got nothing to do with PEDs.
Also part of the reason that T.O. took so long to get in there. Because T.O. got in 3 or 4 times. Calvin Johnson made it off the first time. But T.O. had way better numbers One, in regards to more winning games, winning seasons and all that. They were receivers, but my number's better than yours, dude.
But see, RC said, I've said that for years. Players and coaches need to have a vote in the Hall of Fame, and that's the way it should be. You need to get a team of former general no general managers either, because you got people like Bill Polian who don't like people. You get some coaches, and you get some honest players, and then you get some damn reporters who got the testicular fortitude to not be holding grudges. Because if you in here holding a grudge, you need to not be voting for this. I am not a fan of Karl Malone, but I can't deny a dude who took his team to the NBA Finals, who led his team to the NBA Finals back-to-back years, who consistently was in the playoffs, statistically one of the greatest scorers in the history of the league, all the stuff that he accomplished. For me to go, nah, he ain't in the Hall of Fame, that's a joke. That is a all-time joke. RC mentioned another dude, Michael Irvin. Oh man, Michael Irvin had off the field issues, yada yada yada. But y'all slurped LT. I love LT. I'm like a partial Giant fan at heart because of LT. But you let LT in without any issues. So they need to revamp the entire Hall of Fame system. They really need to, because Jack Tatum is, again, RC. I know Chief Rocker loves seeing Jack Tatum because he's a big time Ohio State Buckeye fan. The fact that Harry Carson had to tell these people to kick rocks. Don't put me on no more. I'm done. Kurt Schilling trying that, but Kurt, they're not gonna vote you in no way because you a sucker. But Harry Carson had to say, forget it then. They're gonna wait till the last year and put Clemens and Bonds in, because if it's about PEDs, Pudge and Piazza. I need to have Ed Love on the show so he can hold it up. Come on, son. Because when they stopped putting them drugs in their body, they fell off like bad dope. You know, I get it, man. I get it. We're all humans, but this is not the position to be human. Because don't nobody want to be up there talking for their father, because he died trying to get in the Hall of Fame. Tom Flores. Everybody, watch this. Tom Flores is going to get in the Hall of Fame. I got something for that with the last thing you said, RC. I got something for that too. Tom Flores. First Latino. You usually, when you're the first something to do something excellently, you get in the Hall of Fame. Tom Flores, the first Latino dude to win Super Bowls. He won 2 of them. How's he just getting Super Bowl? He won his last Super Bowl in 1983. How is he just getting the Hall of Fame? That was the last time. Hey, newsflash. That's the last time the Raiders was consistently good, when Tom Flores was the damn coach. And it took John Madden 40 years to get in the Hall of Fame. I'm listening. Huh? You froze.
I'm saying I wasn't even born yet.
Thank you.
I wasn't even born yet.
Thank you.
I wasn't even born yet when the last one won.
That's what I'm saying. So this is a joke, man. Jim Plunkett is not in. But if Eli get in and that bum Phillip Rivers get in, I ain't trying to hear that. No, sir. Big Illinois, 773-797-2409. I got the thing wide open for you, family. But so they need to do something about it, man. Everybody who gets in deserves to get in. I've never seen a scrub get in the Hall of Fame. Baseball, football, or basketball. But people holding these personal grudges, it's no room for that, man. Every day we hit that bro mic, that sound bite. Get people their flowers while they alive. And you sitting up mad at T.O. You wasn't on the team. You don't. Oh man, they said he was disruptive. You got people listening to this jackass on Fox Sports every morning, Skip Bayless. He did this. You've been proven on Twitter. I got the footage. You a liar. Jimmy Johnson called you a liar on Twitter. It's a man on YouTube, got a YouTube video calling you a liar. So Jimmy Johnson said that didn't happen. Right. So, but man, salute everybody. I do a lot of talking and with the histrionics and everything. But if you're in the Hall of Fame, I don't have to like you to put you in the Hall of Fame. I don't like Brett Favre. He's in the Hall of Fame, and that's the next topic. He's in the Hall of Fame. And it's because there's no denying 4 or 5 MVPs, 2 Super Bowl trips, domination of a division. You kicked ass for 20 years. You was hitting wide open linebackers and DBs along the way, but that's not making this. Hey, you did it. However, when you retired, you was the top dog. But look at this. Brett Favre was the number one in attempts, completions, yards, and touchdowns when he retired, right? Art Monk, he got in right away. Art Monk was receptions, yards, and touchdowns. All the records that used to be Jerry Rice's, Jerry Rice broke those with Art Monk, and it took Art Monk about 8 years to get in. Welcome aboard, Big Illinois. Man, what's good, family?
Having a little technical difficulties. What's going on, Brother Joe, HRap?
What's good, bro? But that's all I'm saying, man. Salute to all the brothers that made it. But they got to do something about this, man, because I don't want like Donnie Shell. That dude is just too big. Oh, well, he wasn't good enough to me. Some 5'8" pansy talking about what's going to happen in the National Football League. And you can be that. And see, I want to hear what y'all think about this. Well, I want to hear what y'all think about this. I think guys like Skip Bayless and others that make this stupid statement, well, the better the player, the less likely you're going to be a good GM. That is code for don't hire no brothers, if you ask me. I'm listening to both of y'all.
Hey, repeat that for me. I'm sorry.
When goofballs like Skip Bayless make the statement, this dude said, screw the Raiders. When goofballs like Skip Bayless say, the greater the player, the worse the GM, I think that's code for don't hire brothers. Because, and I know RC gonna give me a little he gonna give me a little kickback on this, but Isaiah Thomas is known as a horrible. What's good, Trip? What's my man, Big Marcus? Isaiah Thomas is known as a horrible GM. He's a horrible team putter together. Talent evaluator, he's hella good. This is the dude who drafted Damon Stoudemire, Marcus Camby, David Lee, Trevor Ariza, and several dozen other players that are very good. Now, putting them together, he suck at that. But evaluating talent, if you can get Isaiah Thomas over to work for Michael Jordan, his team would be a winner. But I could think of a bunch of players that drafted hella good players, very good players, drafted hella players, and it wasn't. Otis Thorpe was drafted by Bill. What's his name? Bill Russell. Kenny Smith was drafted by Bill Russell. Those damn good ball players. So I think that's code for don't let no brothers get the job. I'm listening.
I'll take it.
I definitely agree with that. It definitely seems like that. We've always. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. No, I mean, it's definitely that.
As far as it goes, as far as it goes, yes.
Y'all gonna keep speaking in half sentences?
No, I was gonna let Brother Joe go ahead.
Hey,
all right. As far as it goes, yes, it does look like that. They continue to say that these black players are not gonna be good GMs. I always looked at it like, how important to see somebody be good. It's like, if you gonna come out there and say, hey, what I did, everybody don't have that talent with you, but you have to find that talent and be able to piece it together. You know, it's kind of weird. Michael Jordan made some terrible picks in his day. But the latest pick he made, this ball carrot, this Leto ball, that's his best acquisition he's made. So it is, I mean, he's gonna get it right. It's just gonna take a couple times for him to actually get it right. But say that the black athlete is not gonna make a good GM.
No, they don't actually say it. They speak in code.
Yeah, it's like that quarterback talk.
But that's the code for it. That's what it sounds like. That's what I'm going with.
I mean, it's not going to get, I don't see it getting better. I mean, they hired, Detroit got a black GM, and what is, now it's up to what, 4? No, it's 5. Is it still? How many brothers are still coaching in the NFL? You got Mike Tomlin, Flores.
It's like 4 of them, 4 maybe 6.
Just hired
the head coach.
It's like 4 or 5, if I'm not mistaken. But as far as the GM thing, man, I mean, you just gotta give motherfuckers a chance, man. Yeah, I mean, we got somebody here in Chicago that Louis Riddick should be the GM somewhere. He didn't get a job. I don't know how the interview process went, but you got these retreads that continue, or they plucking these people off the street that don't know shit about football, but because of the analytics, they're getting GM jobs or president jobs, man. So until we get somebody in ownership or in the president level, we're gonna have this conversation almost every year, man.
Before you say that, before you finish, let me interrupt. I think that whole Louis Riddick thing is an intimidation thing. When you listen to Louis Riddick, you hear how intelligent that brother is. It oozes out of his damn skin how smart he is, and that's intimidating. When you're a white dude, you know if you keep letting it look. Let's just go back 60 years. Brothers couldn't be on the offensive line because they weren't smart enough. Next thing you know, you got a bunch of brothers in the Hall of Fame for offensive line work. Brothers can't be middle linebackers. Willie Lanier. Shout out to the Willie Lanier and other brothers who stepped up and said, "You a lie. We got this." Then brothers can be safeties because they help run the defense. They couldn't do that. Then it was brothers can't be quarterbacks. We're gonna make y'all all wide receivers. And Grambling University sent 2 dudes to the pros. Warren Moon told y'all screw y'all and came back and did his thing. So they realized if we get to letting these brothers in here, the others gonna be unemployed. That's what it is. But and like I said, man, when you listen to Skip Bayless is a dude who's sitting up saying, the greater the player, the worse the GM. Yeah? There's been a bunch of scrub-ass white GMs, and they keep getting jobs. You don't have to leave. You don't have to go no further than Chicago, Illinois to find a horrible GM. Last time the Chicago Bears had a good GM is when in 1979 and they let him go to the damn Saints.
I'm gonna tell you how fucked up it is here that people ain't realizing. The Bears had a 6-game losing streak in the middle of the season. The reason why Ted Phillips, who's the president, he must have some dirty pictures on the McCaskies, but Ted Phillips said in a news conference, the reason why he's bringing Pace and Nagy back is because of how the team stayed together during a 6-game losing streak. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? You had this dude that's supposed to be the quarterback whisperer. That's supposed to come in to help this dude who, let's be honest, below average quarterback intelligence, which is the one thing they always say about brothers. But Trubisky is in line to be signed by about 3 or 4 teams, according to a lot of these experts. He can be helped. So how the fuck you have a team that struggles to even put together a fucking 50-yard drive, man? It's to the point where you run David Montgomery, he break off. I'm not exaggerating. I can't remember the game. I think this was the Jaguars. They ended up blowing them out. But dude had like a 70-yard run. He takes him out, put in Cordell Patterson, and run a fucking sweep, man.
He had 2 more carries after that game. After that run you talked about, he had 2 more carries.
Are you serious, man? I know I probably got off track, but
no.
The whole Bears situation.
No.
No,
you talked about an individual situation. That's all.
The franchise even more trading for fucking Carson Wentz. No, man.
Right.
No. It comes down. You know what? I'm a fan. I'm a Chicago Bear fan. I haven't been to the stadium in years, but at the same time, I'm not going to support watching that shit on Sundays if they make these boneheaded trades that they talking about with Wentz, man.
But that's the problem, man. Chicagoans, what we do is we mask loyalty. We mask support and loyalty for just blind foolishness. That's why the Cubs can go 116 years without winning a championship. That's why the Sox can go 88 to 91 years without a championship. There's no way in hell that's happening in New York and LA. No way. But I love my team like my cousin. I know he listening. Cap. He trying to convince people Jay Cutler good. Knock it off. Jay Cutler was horrible. And you want me to show you why I don't believe it? Want me to tell you why I don't believe in stats, Joe? Jay Cutler is statistically the greatest quarterback in Bears history. And he is horrible.
He is. And remember that year Jim Miller threw for like 3,000 yards? And he in the record books. And that's all boy year, dude.
That's what I'm saying, man. The Bears have not had a good quarterback since black and white TV. We in HD 4K.
Hey, but you know what? Another thing is, since we have so many bad QBs, the wide receiver position is another one that's the stats are kind of screwed up here in Chicago too, man.
Yeah.
Because if you want somebody throwing, somebody come here with like Brandon Marshall for 100 and something catches, and you got teams who average like 2 or 3 receivers sometimes with that many catches. Like, come on, man.
But see, when you support foolishness, this is what happens. This is the result. This is the end result. Let's move on.
I'm still not gonna tell you was right about that situation we stopped.
And you Johnny Ringo. You already Johnny Ringo, man. You want to fight up until you want to about the fight.
I'm telling you the truth. The reason why I'm not going to admit that is because as a Chicago Bear fan, I figured that they could have beat Green Bay that last game that they played, but they didn't. The playoff game, if they had any quarterback with, man, if they had fucking Chad Henne or some motherfucker at quarterback, they probably could have won that game.
Watch this. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, haters and bitter friends. What one of my oldest and closest friends just did is give you the perfect example of why teams in Chicago stink all to high heaven. Because if the sun was the moon, then it'd be light at night. No, it's not. Watch, listen.
Okay, I'm still not gonna say that you're right, but me being selfish and wanting my team to go to the playoffs helped us in the long run because here we are drafting 20th when all the quarterbacks that'll be helping us is gonna be gone.
Joe, I'm not even talking to you no more. I'm not talking to you no more. Joe, let your man Big Illinois know by saying he's not gonna admit it, he de facto admitting it. But it's cool.
Hey, you actually admit it. I said I'm not going to admit it.
Hey, man, stop calling me Johnny Ringo and I did.
Hey, man, you Johnny Ringo, man. You was ready to fight till it was time to fight. You Johnny Ringo, man.
We knew what it was when you said it.
You Johnny Ringo, man. And now you out here smoking that cigar looking like Faison Love.
Hey, man, let me I need a new laptop, man. I'm like, bad, man. Give me 1 second, all right, fellas?
Call Stacy. I got you. See you later, Ringo. But see, there it is, Joe. There it is.
Now, there you go. You got a Chicago fan that, like you said, I don't want to admit that you were right in regards to what it is. We get it. I understand. That's your hometown team. Like, look, I get it. I get it. That's your team. You gonna rock it till the wheels fall off. That's it.
I'm not doing it. I'm not finna sit up and say, hey, man, I'm a big-time Raider fan. And Al Davis wasn't doing crazy shit. I'm a big time Raider fan, and John Gruden know what he's doing. Because I think both of them was wrong. But I at least understand Al Davis. You ain't finna be 85 years old talking about the future. No, we in the future. The future is now. So what's the boy name? John Gruden. Man, I would trade him for a hot 6-pack and a stale bag of chips. But Brett Favre.
What y'all gonna do about the quarterback situation with the Raiders, man?
I don't know. Cause you told me that quarterback was pretty good. You told me that quarterback was pretty good, didn't you?
Hey, so as far as it goes, we do have a couple quarterbacks that might actually be on the move. We got happy customers in the league right now. More so, Russell Wilson has just spoke out saying that, hey, you can't protect me. What's going on?
Hold on 1 second. I wanna read Raider Cab joint just popped up. Hold on, say that again. I was talking over you.
Okay.
Repeat what you said. Repeat what you said.
Okay. I was also saying that it's a lot. It's NFL. Oh, Russell Wilson, but move on.
Repeat what you said.
He's more so saying he's ready to go. You can't protect me. I did. Russell Wilson move.
Russell Wilson ain't going no damn well. Well, see, y'all are gonna do is get some better linemen. He the face of the team. They traded all the way. They unloaded all their big time players. He ain't going no damn well. But what he's doing is looking at everybody else saying, I'm gonna need a power play, and that's what he's doing. And I respect him for it. But he ain't going no damn well.
Exactly.
With that being said, Brett Favre stepped in some shit and stuck his foot in his mouth. It's one thing to stick your foot in your mouth. It's something a totally different situation when you step in some shit and stick your foot in your mouth. Brett Favre, at the end of his career, acted a damn fool, tried to get Aaron Rodgers around town, tried to get coaches fired. He tried to do everything he could to take over the Green Bay Packers, right? And now there is a brown person trying to get the hell out of town when the entire organization turned on him and lied to him. He steps out and says he should. Raider Kev said, I'm HRap, I'm supporting, but I'm criticizing when they wrong. I agree with Raider Kev. Either one of y'all can take the floor on Brett Favre.
Yeah, I agree with Raider Kev, man. I'm too much of a Chicago team apologist, man, but we need to stop that. But Brett Favre, man, that's that Skip Bayless cold talk that he's doing, man.
Yeah, that rednecking.
You got this motherfucker who, year after year, held the Green Bay Packers hostage as far as him playing until they said, you know what? We're going to call your bluff. We're going to draft this kid out of California, and we're going to let you go ahead and do what you're going to do, but when it's time for him to play, get the fuck out of here. Where you want to go? He got the trade to the Jets, skunked up the joint. He had a career resurgence in Minnesota because they had a good offensive year. But that last year, he was terrible, man. So for him to basically say, you need to shut up and throw the football, that's the same shit old girl said about LeBron, man.
Indeed it is.
You done played the game, so you know how it goes, man.
Indeed.
Fuck him. I used to be a Brett Favre fan, too, man.
Sign me up for that class that RC teaching.
But nah, man, I think he's out of. That was that old man. Need them white dudes that's in Congress. We need to get out of those old dudes. That he sound like one of them motherfuckers. I sound like I'm drunk and I ain't even drunk.
Joe, your turn. Speak on it, brother.
I totally agree. Hey, you said, he kept bringing their houses over. When y'all wanted to play and move around, dude, just shut up. We need to hear from you at this point. Just watch the game. Just watch the game.
No, you got the right to comment, but I know what you're saying, Joe. But he got the right to comment. But see, when you got a big brick in your house and you standing in a greenhouse, don't throw that brick because somebody throwing one back. You know, me and Microwave disagreed vehemently. Neither one of us were wrong, and both of us had quality points. If you're going to be critical of somebody, you need to have the ability to say, I'm looking at it from this perspective. Like me tonight. I was looking at it from the perspective of a cat who works his ass off for his money. I didn't get a chance to play defensive back in the National Football League. So had I played, I might have been run out the league with my mouth, but I still would have played. And Microwave is coming from a more humanitarian point of view. Microwave, Big Illinois, RC. Neither one of us were wrong. We could have debated that issue all night long, but we weren't wrong. This dude wrong. You lying. You really saying, shut your black ass up and play. And that's what he's wrong. He got the right to speak, but if you're going to speak, at least be consistent. The folks, y'all, the brothers from the brothers I met, the good people I met from Spreaker, the people who I met all over the world who listen to the podcast. One thing y'all can say about me, I'm loud, I'm bombastic, I'm rude, but I'm consistent. That's who I am every Tuesday. I've been that way every Tuesday for 5 years. The same stuff I say today, I was saying 5 years ago. And unless I get some new information, I'm going to keep saying it. So, I'm sorry. I got to do it that way. But Brett Favre ain't consistent. It ain't nothing wrong with being critical. I'm critical of LeBron James. I think LeBron James is a fence straddler. I think he's a dope athlete. I think he's an excellent basketball player. I think he's an awesome community actor. But he is a fence straddler because he's trying to make everybody happy. If you're going to stand on it, LeBron, stand on it and leave it right there. With that being said, Big Illinois covered the Wentz get down, and I didn't send y'all the list, so I'm sorry. I don't even want to go over these awards because we only got about 40 minutes. The National Football League crowned a new champion the other day. Joe, Big Illinois, did back to me. What did you think of the game in its totality? Speak on it, Joe.
Totality of the game, man. I've never seen Patrick Mahomes being a quarterback and run around so much. As far as it goes, I know our boy Big Chris enjoyed that because it was all about the linemen they put with. Because pretty much the Chiefs' offensive line was non-existent, and the defensive line from the Bucs was just only behind. He couldn't get anything started. He kept giving the ball to Tom Brady, and Tom Brady was able to make points off of it. So overall, it was a total domination in regards to offensive side, defensive side, in regards to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the Chiefs couldn't stop a nosebleed in regards to much. In regards to they couldn't protect Patrick Mahomes. So overall, the offensive line failed them.
I agree, man, but I think we was. I know I was saying that they was going to be able to beat them up or actually kill the Tampa Bay Bucs. But I didn't take into account, one, they don't run the ball. Two, the Bucs got the number one ranked defense as far as rushing. Three, both of their tackles was out, even though they moved one of the guards to tackle. That's still a huge difference as far as the technique. As far as 2 weeks is not enough to perfect that when you got serious pass rushers. But he also underestimated Todd Bowles, man. Knew he was a good defensive coordinator, but come to find out, he was like, hey, man, I'm tired of hearing about this damn offense, man. Shaq Barrett should have been the MVP, even though he didn't have the stats. But every time Patrick Mahomes dropped back, that dude was in his face. That was a dominating performance, just like Richard Dent in the '85 Super Bowl. People ain't say nothing about that though because you got to give it to Tom Brady. And man, as good as any quarterback, you can have fucking Mike Vick back there with Dan Marino's arm talent. If you drop him back and can't throw that boy because your offensive coordinator had the dumbest fucking game plan, dude, you know your tackles is out. You got one of the best pass receiving running backs in the league, even though you're a rookie. Dude, run some screens. Do something. Run the ball up the middle. Do something, man. Because they just sitting back with safeties by daring them to throw the ball, man. Well, I think it was just a bad game plan by Steve Spags and by Bieniemy. Their coaches lost that game for them, man.
You just said it, and Raider Kev said it as well. He said, my biggest takeaway was I didn't think we were going to see such horrible coaching in such a big game and no adjustments. Bad game plan. My man, Raider Kev. I am co-signing the hell out of what both of y'all just said. That's the problem in a nutshell. I said this the wrong way last night on Ben from BS3 show. Last night game cost Eric Bieniemy a couple jobs. Unless the Chiefs turn around and go get some motherfucking go win the Super Bowl next year, Eric Bieniemy ain't getting no job for at least 3 to 5 years. Book it. Now, Andy Reid turned into Andy Reid. This is why I apologize to y'all because I haven't been as plugged in as I need to be because there's no way in hell I should have found out Sunday night that Andy Reid's family was in that accident because I ain't been plugged in like way I need to be. So I apologize for that. But going forward, Andy Reid choked the game away, as usual. Look, when you got Shaq Barrett and you got my man JPP on the other side, they leaving the huddle, high-fiving and racing to the damn quarterback. The best way, this is why my man Microwave jumped down my throat and other people told me, you crazy HRap, that's the old NFL. You run to win, you throw to score. It will never change. Last night showed you. See, it's hard to back up with somebody running at you top speed, but it's easy to grab that dude and take his momentum and push him somewhere. I disagree with listening to Microwave show earlier. Clyde Hilaire, he was having an effective game. But one thing about running backs, they're not good for fantasy football. They're good for wins. The reason they were devalued is because if you run the football all day, he get 140 yards. The fantasy football player sitting there like, what the hell? That's why they throw the ball so much. Andy Reid had nobody, and I do mean nobody in the history of football has not run the football to get that damn Lombardi trophy or any other championship trophy. Check the stats. So, as Raider Kev and Big Illinois said, you didn't mention it, Joe, but your points were equally valid. This was a poorly coached game, and Todd Bowles was Buddy Ryan last night. He didn't even have to be that damn smart. Look, he ran cover 2, so you're nothing deep, nothing cheap, and he knew this dude wasn't going to run the football. Because just like in basketball, a zone, you have to shoot your way out of it. A cover 2, you have to run your way out of it. Because remember that last play, it was student body left. For y'all who don't know what student body left is, it's off the left tackle. He scattered up the field for 14, 16 yards, and they went right back to throwing. The Buccaneers were horrible the other night at stopping the run. And bam, it was over. I believe Tampa Bay should have used Fournette and got even more than they did. Yes. That's RC. Speak on it, Joe.
That's actually what I was looking at the whole game. That's actually what I was looking at the whole damn game. Like, hey, Little Fournette is like between Little Fournette and Rojo. That's that two-headed monster that we've always said. Tom Brady has never won a Super Bowl without a good running game, and that's what he had. He had one in his back pocket. Little Fournette did break out one. Got his thing. But overall, if they had the effective run game, which made the play action work perfectly, and that played right into Tom Brady's hand. So, but I do want to say, as far as you HRap, you used to talk about how the quarterback was like, I ain't got it. I did heard Kevin Mahomes say it a couple times. So I was like,
you misunderstood that. When I say a quarterback is throwing and saying I ain't got it, I mean he's afraid. Patrick Mahomes had no fear the other night. When Brady is an example. When you throwing and flinching.
But I was also saying I ain't got it because they was on his butt.
No. What I mean when I say the quarterback is saying I ain't got it, I mean he's afraid of the defenders. You saw zero fear in Patrick Mahomes last night. Zero. So you misunderstood what I'm saying, but I get what you're saying. They was on his ass like funk on a bum. But he wasn't afraid. Hey, dog, I was already a fan of that kid's, right? That brother. As a Raider fan, I used to hate John Elway because he was so good. This dude's so good, I can't even hate him. Think about it. This dude threw a ball and was literally flying in the air. He was parallel to the ground and threw a football.
He was parallel to the ground.
No, so that's what I meant by that.
He was running his ass off. And as far as those, hopefully he is going to get that surgery on that turf toe tomorrow. So hopefully, speedy recovery, my brother. Get back to it. Get you back strong. Because as far as those, I went with the Chiefs. I expect the Chiefs to win. As I saw the game get a little lopsided, I still had faith in the second half. Like, they usually a second half team. They gonna get something out. The fact that they didn't, of course I was disappointed. The fact of the matter is, he didn't have time to do anything. Like, he truly didn't have time to do anything. All those plays that he usually gets by running around, he had to do that extra running, and he didn't have time to do anything. So, like you said, the offensive line failed him, offensive coordinator failed him, and Reed failed him. They failed that man.
Yeah, and it goes back to something I said last night on Ben for Ben Street Sports every Monday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Figure out the rest. You know the time zones. 9 Central, 10 Eastern, and 7 Pacific. With that being said, it's just all this. Like what really bothered me is this: the same people who were slurping Patrick Mahomes, they just sit on the sidelines and wait on him to have a bad game so they can say he ain't this and he ain't that. This lets me know that a lot of people just don't know what the hell they're looking at. They waiting on Chris Berman and the people at ESPN to tell them what they're going to say. Then they come to you and say it. And to me, they looking like damn fools. I used to be at one point, up until yesterday, up until Monday, I used to just look back and shake my head. Now, Pee Wee and anybody else that I see you just slurping what the TV say, I'm calling you out and you're going to hate me. Facts. I'm on your ass. Because all this just regurgitating this foolishness, either you're going to know what you're talking about or you're going to hate me. Period. I'm on your ass. Let's talk about Tom Brady being the GOAT. Some people agree. Some people don't. I'm not one of those people. What do y'all think about this GOAT conversation? And this is going to address something that RC said a few minutes ago. My opinion. Big Illinois Joe, and then I'll take it.
All right. Greatest of all time as far as football players or the quarterback position? Because it's hard to say somebody is the greatest of all time in a game of football where it's 11 people on offense, 11 people on defense. So no, he's not the greatest of all time because with Tom Brady as a quarterback, if the game plan is not right, I mean, he don't look good. I mean, that's just with any quarterback. I mean, look at Patrick Mahomes. Now, yes, he won 7 Super Bowls, but I mean, why were he got 7 rings? I mean, shit. LaShawn McCoy got 2 rings. They ain't played it down in the Super Bowl.
And got 10,000 yards rushing.
Back to back.
Now, as far as the quarterback position, yes, I would say he is the greatest of all time in that respect. But not in the greatest of all time in the history of the sport, because LT, every week, like you said earlier, it was a lot of us that became partial New York Giants fans because of LT.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody that changed the position of linebacker as far as being pass rusher. So, greatest of all time as far as quarterbacks, yes.
Okay.
But as far as the football, no.
Before Joe takes over, I just want to understand why you think he's the greatest quarterback ever. I'm not challenging you. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to understand.
Because, I mean, you got to give him his props as far as the preparation and getting people in the right position. I mean, it's far as coaching and as far as the quarterback spot as well. And you got to think, out of those 10 Super Bowls, they have never been blown out. Huh? And it came down to him having a chance to win it in each and every Super Bowl. I mean,
okay.
I still give him props. I mean,
no. I'm not.
Brother check his props too on a lot of those, but I gotta give the man his props on that.
No. And when I say what I say, I'm gonna say how. You'll hear me in a second, Joe.
As far as I'm with you. I'm gonna have to agree with. As far as it goes in the quarterback realm of it, yes, pretty much Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback that I've seen play. Granted, I'm a little younger than you. It's not many people that I've seen that you may be like Montana. I saw the end of that. I wasn't processing that. I just know more by the names and by videos and stuff like that. So as far as Tom Brady has been one of the most consistent quarterbacks that I've seen play in the NFL. Granted, like I said, I'm a Colts fan, so whenever the Colts played the Patriots, I knew it was going to be a problem. That greatest athlete ever? No.
No, nobody ever said that's stupid. Hey, I'm going to ask you this. Never quote Skip Bayless. Hey, never quote Skip Bayless. We're not going to do that. He the only dummy saying that. Skip Bayless is the only dummy saying that.
Okay. So as far as it goes, all right, cool. I'm glad.
He the only dummy saying.
As far as quarterbacks concerned, and NFL, Tom Brady is at the first line of that.
Okay.
Not only like Big Money said, he hasn't been blown out. There's always a chance for him to win.
Okay. Now, Kirby and he said he's the best of his era. Shout out to Kirby. I even mentioned Kirby on the show last night. At the beginning, Kirby really wasn't sold on Tom Brady. He thought he was a system quarterback. I said, no, you have to watch. And now he one of Tom Brady's biggest supporters, right? I don't consider Tom Brady the GOAT in regards to quarterbacks. In regards to players, he's not even in the top 100. I'm not. It is what it is. It may be in the top 100, but don't even know. Quarterbacks, I would give him number 5. My number 1 is Joe. My number 2 is Elway. Because they screwed him, and he never got a chance to shine when he was supposed to shine. Warren Moon. But that's like, really, I would say 1A. But I don't want to split hairs. I'm going to give it to Warren Moon, number 3. Number four, I would say Tom Brady. The reason I give Tom Brady that, to me, to be the greatest at your position, that means you're irreplaceable. I believe if the whole world is going to call Bill Belichick a cheater, everything up under the cheater is tainted. And the fact that they never got blown out is a testament to that defense stopping people cold. Because when they went up 23-6 against the Falcons, if that defense doesn't pitch a shutout, that game is over. And Tom Brady has had some shaky Super Bowls. And I'm only grading this on the greatest of all time scale. I don't want to pick that Thursday night in Buffalo or that Tuesday night against the Bears. I'm not going to do that because that's unfair to Tom. But I'm just going to look at it like this. Quarterback toughness. I don't think Tom Brady is as tough as Joe Montana. I don't think Tom Brady is as tough as John Elway. I don't think he is tough as Warren. He flinches a lot. When the heat is on him, he is not Tom Brady. Now, you can easily diffuse what I'm saying by saying, well, no quarterback excels with a whole lot of heat on him. But when Tom Brady gets the heat, Patrick Mahomes is athletic. But when Tom Brady gets the heat, he don't slide step and stuff like that. He folds. Elway did this. Elway didn't do this. Montana didn't do this. Warren stood tall. A lot of these quarterbacks, what Tom is flinching and stuff, when Ray Lewis and them got on his ass, when Peter Bolwell got on his ass, when Suggs was getting on his ass, he was flinching. When Ware was getting on his, he was flinching. So I got to take that away from him. I also take points away from him for playing in this era. Because it's as Warren Sapp said on Shannon Sharp show, it's a speedway right up the middle of the field. It's a different situation. So, and then if you can't be hit, you can't be rattled. If you can't be rattled, you're gonna shine because you are a great ball player. I'm not telling you that Tom Brady ain't one of the best I ever seen do it. I'm just saying, if I had to pick a quarterback, it would be Warren Moon, it would be Joe Montana, it would be John Elway, and then it would be Tom Brady. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all I'm really saying. Now, what I don't like, the reason I think Tom Brady is about 35%, and I want y'all to respond to this, media construct. Because everybody keeps focusing on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers history. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers history has nothing to do with what happened the other day. Oh, he went to the lowly Buccaneers. He went to a team with 2 Pro Bowl wide receivers. They added another Hall of Fame caliber wide receiver. They added arguably the greatest tight end ever. They solidified his offensive line and got him 2 running backs. This team was 7-9 last year with a quarterback with 35 turnovers in 16 games. The last 8 games of the season, they were a top 5 defense. So when they get to talking this, Tom changed it, that's a lot. I'm listening.
I agree with you. As far as it goes, yeah, that thing they call it the sucker nigga only one that won Super Bowl way back when. But as far as it goes, we noticed last year the issue in regards to what was going on with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was more so Jameis being the high risk, high reward, in regards to throwing these passes and having interceptions. So that 7-9 record is a predicated in regards to many interceptions. Had that been reduced, they would have won more games. They might have been closer to the top of the division. They might have made the playoffs. But like I said, the second half of the season, that defense was. They to a place that had 2 Pro Bowl receivers that both had over 1,000 yards. Had a defense that was top 5, and like you said, you brought in Grunt, you brought in AB, you brought in Leonard Fournette. Success. You didn't change anything. You didn't change. It just worked. The 30 interceptions went from what? 30 to what? 12? That was the wins that they got. That's what it was.
Big Lou.
I mean, the difference between the two leagues was the team last year with Jameis and the team with Brady was they ran the ball more.
And they got offensive linemen.
They got they drafted tackle. Fournette came over. You had a 2-headed monster, Jones and Fournette. You signed Gronk. And you already had 2 good tight ends in Brady and Howard. Because if Howard would have been healthy, that offense probably would have looked even better. And at the same time, Mike Evans wasn't giving the other team interceptions either by tipping the ball and all this shit. So, I mean, he stayed composed and played his game, but,
And see, it's foolishness like what Kirby just said. He brought a winning spirit. If the team won 7 games last year and they got better talent and all they need you to do is not give away the ball 35 times. What was the winning? Shaq Barrett. How did that help Shaq Barrett? How did Tom Brady help Shaq Barrett? How did he help White from LSU? How did he help Adama Suh? Listen to that, man. Dude. You got Shaq Barrett. Did he lead the league in sacks last year? You got JPP, was on a Hall of Fame pace before he busted up his hand. Adama Suh is a Hall of Famer. Adama Suh, I'm going to say that again, is a Hall of Famer. You got Whitfield, and you got the defensive backs maturing more, and you got and now they a whole year under Todd Bowles, so they know the system better. What the hell does Tom Brady have to do with that? Are you telling me Brad Johnson could have won that Super Bowl last night? Because you know what? We get mad when Dak check it down, right? When he checked down, he Dak and dunk. I mean, Dink and Dak, right? What happened? What did Tom Brady do that was so different than anybody else on earth? Any quality quarterback. You didn't have to be good last night. The goddamn Chiefs scored 3 times on 3 field goals. You could have got Rex Grossman garbage ass to win that. They could have, as RC said. Big Illinois said Barrett. I say White from LSU, linebacker out of LSU. You could have very well gave it to, you know what that was last night? Peyton Manning winning the Super Bowl MVP against the Bears. That's what that was. Peyton Manning had a very pedestrian Super Bowl. The defense got Rex Grossman and a flux. And the boy, Asante, I can't think his name, out of LSU, running back out of LSU, and Adams, they ran the ball down the Bears' throat. RC even mentioned that last week for 200 yards to go. So what did Tom Brady do last night that made... so let me see. But you know what he did the week before? He threw them 3 interceptions and Aaron Rodgers couldn't complete them. Oh, what he did the week before that? Drew Brees threw 3 interceptions. Oh, yeah, because that's exactly what Tom Brady brings to a team. So, I don't understand that. See, this is a guy, what I'm reading, y'all, is a guy who listens to the dudes on TV and believes it. It's totally different when you're playing with the greatest of the last 20 years. How? They had the best defense in the NFL for the last 8 games last year. Was he there last? Was he flying? Was he playing at Foxborough and flying down to Tampa and watching them? So y'all just going. So didn't nobody see? I guess he didn't see Byron Leftwich checking Tom Brady, telling him run that. So we ain't gonna pay attention to that. So now, see, that's that TV talk, and I'm not having it this year. 2021, you bring that regurgitated TV talk to me, I'm popping. So, no, man, I'm with y'all. Yeah, I am. No more. You're not gonna listen to Stephen A. Smith or Max Kellerman or any of them goofballs on TV, and then come to present it to me like, oh yeah, what did Tom Brady do, Kirby? You know the number 773-797-2409. Please call in and tell me what difference Tom Brady made. He a great quarterback. He one of the greatest of all time. There's no doubt in his ability. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it took a team. But you see what happened when you corner somebody with that BS that they be talking. It took a team. That's all me, you, and Big Illinois been saying, ain't it? Since we've been talking, the team won that game. The defense won that damn game. There wasn't no team. The defense, you know what it was? The defensive team. Just like the Bears Super Bowl. Just like the Broncos. That was the Broncos Super Bowl all over again. That was the Bears Super Bowl. That was Brad Johnson. That's what happened. And again, you can take it as Brady hate. You can take it as he don't like him. You can take it any way you like it. Please. It's nonsense. It's nonsense.
What y'all think about the Cowboys leaving Dak out the hype video for next year?
He ain't gonna be back. And I hope he end up in Foxborough.
He ain't gonna be back. Yeah, I was gonna bring it up. Because hey, so many people had seen it. It was done on purpose. As far as it goes, people had seen that before it was out. True. How many people they have to be okay by before they said, okay, put it out? They all knew that Dak wasn't on there. So as far as it goes, that ain't gonna be there. It was done and on purpose. Yeah. But it's just to show that they don't care about what's wrong with you.
Yeah, the Bears had Allen Robinson included in theirs.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, man. That Dak Prescott thing is a picture perfect example of when you a brother, you don't get no love in this league. That's why when y'all mentioned earlier, yeah. Let me backtrack on this Tom Brady thing one more time to address something that RC wrote a long time ago. If Tom Brady is the greatest because he has 7 Super Bowl titles, why ain't nobody ever said Charles Haley is the greatest and he the only dude that made a difference in 5 Super Bowls? He made a difference with the 49ers. He was their number 1 defensive player. Even with the great Ronnie Lott, even with Keena Turner, even with Brian Young, even with Damon Stutterfield, Charles Haley was the man on 5 Super Bowls. Dallas Cowboys trade for him, they win 2 more. So why we've never heard of Charles Haley? And he showed out in 5 Super Bowls. Tom Brady showed up in 7. That Rams Super Bowl, all you need is somebody not to blow it. And again, it's a 10-year gap that Tom Brady has in Super Bowls. Guess when that gap was? In between good running backs. Corey Dillon left, and until they replaced Corey Dillon with LeGarrette Blount, he didn't win none of them. So, but back to Dak, it's the typical response in black quarterbacks. You get popped. Because, hey, Big Illinois, check this out. You wasn't even a Jacoby Brissett fan You weren't even a Jacoby Brissett fan until you looked up his numbers, and then you was like, damn, he is doing good. So why ain't nobody talking about Jacoby Brissett doing well? Jacoby Brissett, before he busted up his knee in Indianapolis, was doing well. He was doing better than Carson Wentz. He was doing better than this goofball here in Chicago, Trubisky. He was doing better than Derek Carr. But we ain't heard one word about Jacoby Brissett. We ain't heard one team trying to change. Jacoby Brissett is exactly what the Bears need. A quarterback that can run an offense who's not going to blow the game.
He got too much number in his skin.
Yep.
He got too much number in his skin. They ain't bringing him over. It's true though. I mean, they have it.
It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. What is that? SYWC. My man says Tommy is SIWC. What's that? You know, that's how they say it. Tommy. Hey, man, and that's the thing, man. I don't want anybody to believe I'm not a Brady fan. Kirby is a big-time Tom Brady fan. He can attest to it. I'm a Brady guy. But I'm not finna let you whitewash over Warren Moon and Joe Montana. And look, Joe Montana played in the era where they was breaking quarterbacks' legs. They broke his back once. And he came back mid-season and won the Super Bowl. Tom Brady played with he was bereft of talent. Joe Montana won 2 Super Bowls before the words Jerry and Rice was in the NFL. He won a Super Bowl with a guy named Ronaldo Skeets Nehemiah. Y'all know who he is? He's one of the best hurdlers in the history of the world. Hurdler. He took one hit and never played again. So, all this, oh man, this dude is the greatest. He didn't have that much talent. I'm going to go to my grave saying, just because you're not an all-star or pro bowler, just because you're not all-pro, don't mean you're not good. Anybody heard of this name? John Jefferson? Anybody ever heard of that name? One of the best wide receivers you ever seen. Webster Slaughter.
I know Webster Slaughter.
Kenny Burrow for the Houston Oilers. They not household names. They not the dudes that everybody looking for. But if you put Kenny Burrow and those guys on a team, they are gonna kick ass and take names. So I'm just tired of that whole get down. I'm tired of that whole get down, man. I'm tired of that whole get down. Oh man, he ain't had no talent. First of all, if you made it to the NFL, you're a talented ball player. You're a damn talented ball player. Exactly. RC said the 2000 Giants upset New England, and Justin Tucker, one of them, their NASCAR package should have won. Eli shouldn't have been MVP. I'm listening to Big Illinois.
You ever heard of Juice?
I hate you.
I'm just saying. I mean, but yeah, man, I think that's kind of disrespectful to not include that man in that high field.
Oh yeah, man. Hey man, you expected it, man.
What you think about the Bears trying to trade for Winston?
Well, I just got a notification. That's why I keep picking up my phone. I just got a notification saying that they're getting impatient with their whole Wentz thing. Sheep and wolves clothing. Shout out to Raider Kev for that. Exactly. He's a sheep and wolf clothing. He is, because I mean, and again, man, it's not to knock him. You know what, man? No, that's a poor analogy. I was gonna use a horrible player. But I'm going to say that's like saying Vinny Testaverde is one of the greatest quarterbacks ever because he has more yards passing than Fran Tarkenton. No. And you know, you want to count. See, this is why the statistical stuff and the Super Bowl stuff, it just don't do it for me. Terry Bradshaw, watch this. At one point, Terry Bradshaw was the all-time leading passer in Pittsburgh Steelers history. He had all the touchdowns. He had 4 Super Bowl rings and 2 Super Bowl MVPs. And nobody listening ever heard Terry Bradshaw's name come up in the greatest quarterback of all time. Why not? 4 Super Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, multiple All-Pros, multiple Pro Bowls, couple league MVPs too. Let me look them up. Just so we can be clear. If I'm not mistaken, Terry Bradshaw got more than 1 league MVP. He got 4 Super Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs. And I'll never hear nobody say, you know, Terry Bradshaw, baddest dude ever. 4 Super Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, league MVP, 3 Pro Bowler, all decade team, first team All-Pro, second team All-Pro. Touchdown leader in 78. So why that dude ain't the greatest of all time and the greatest of all time? Because his impact on the game wasn't as strong as these other guys. And when because he wasn't that guy. He wasn't that guy, man. And you know, and I want to know what y'all think. Let's wrap this up in a second. How y'all feel about people dissing Patrick Mahomes after this Super Bowl?
Yes. Now it's.
I don't like it. I think it's back because as far as it goes, we've noticed that it wasn't on him because he actually tried to do everything he could. As you guys preference, I mean, I spoke with y'all. Coaches let him down. So as far as it goes, he tried to fight for his life, did what he could, and it just didn't work for him. So as far as it goes, he gonna get this toast worked on. I'm stronger. And hopefully next year he can show his ass right. Do it the right way and win.
Oh, my man Chuck then jumped out the window, man. He said Joe Montana, Warren Moon, and Joe Theismann be on the list. Go on. Boy, you better go head on with that Washington Redskin nonsense out west. You my man, but get on up out of here. Big Illinois?
Well, man, it comes down to, I mean, everybody was saying that he's going to be one of the MVP candidates for the next few years. A lot of people don't want to believe that type of shit. They still want to put what Reddy Kev called Tommy?
sheep in wolf's clothes.
They still want to put those guys ahead of him. Because you think about it, Matthew Stafford is worth 2 first-rounders and 3 draft picks and a quarterback. What would be Mahomes be worth if they was to trade him?
True.
I mean, it's all about. I mean, people gonna hate. I mean, it's just like with the LeBron
offense.
They gonna hate, man.
Yeah. Well, Kirby asked me, what would I rank Brady in the last 20 years? He'd probably be the best in the last 20 years. But see, again, you know what? I would still pick Aaron Rodgers in front of him because Aaron Rodgers don't flinch. That flinching thing means a lot to me. It always takes me back. I mean, when I'm about to say, please don't nobody assume that I'm putting myself on the level of anybody who ever played one down in the NFL. Played football. It was this dude. I played corner. This dude was super duper fast. I was decent fast. This dude was insanely fast. But we have been watching film. And I noticed he avoided contact. I had a safety behind me. and I took a chance. I backed up off him in press. They called an audible, slung it to him, and I ran right through the middle of his jersey. Smashed him, and he got up and was scared. And I knew he wasn't catching nothing else the whole game. If you hit Tom Brady enough, he folds. And again, it goes back to Belichick. People don't want to give that dude Belichick his credit because, for whatever reason. But Belichick used to shut people down. Belichick shut down the K-gun. Belichick shut down several offenses throughout his life. And we all know the other day was the first time Tom Brady had a solid first half in the Super Bowl. All 10 of those Super Bowls, he's never had a solid first half. So if you don't have Belichick,
That's the first time he scored in the first quarter.
thank you. 10 Super Bowls, you scored in the first quarter once. So if you ain't got Belichick on the other side, and you got a Joe Montana, a K-gun offense, or one of these dudes who's going to fire it up on a decent defensive coordinator, how many Super Bowl wins he get? And here's another thing, and again, it's not to knock this dude, but I'll just put it in perspective. How many times has Tom Brady been outcoached in the Super Bowl? Because his team outcoached the other team again last night. My man RC said they don't mention Bradshaw because he had a plethora of Hall of Famers on both sides of the ball. But still, hey, Joe Montana did too. Joe Montana got two teammates that arguably should be in the Hall of Fame. Ricky Wallace. Well, no, he didn't play Ricky Wallace. Well, Roger Craig should be in there. You can make an argument for John Taylor. And then you got...
What about Tom Rackett?
Ain't no fullbacks. I've never heard of a fullback in the Hall of Fame. Not a straight fullback, because Jim Brown was a fullback, but not a traditional fullback. So,
Yeah, I was reading some of this stuff about what we were just talking about with the Bears being impatient about Wentz. This guy say Wentz is so bad we would be doing them a favor. They should send the Bears 2 first-round picks.
Hey, I did see a picture earlier. It said, you want to stop Tom Brady from getting the Super Bowls? Send him to Bears.
but see, to me, that's minimalizing Tom Brady's greatness. I think he's a great ball player. But when you just want to put him in front of all these awesome dudes and these... I don't know, man. With that being said, man, say your part shots, Joe. Say your part shots, Big Illinois. We out of here, man. And briefly. Joe?
All right, hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Wash your hands, wear your mask. Be safe for Valentine's Day. Y'all be smooth.
Ill?
Yeah, man. Be safe, man. Stop thinking that this shit is over because they feeding y'all these motherfucking vaccines. I'm still staying my ass away from motherfuckers.
Shit, go get you some chicken wings.
But man, thank everybody for tuning in, man. I'm trying to figure out a good machine because I can't even stay online to do my backyard podcast shit. So I'm still working on that. But peace out, man. Everybody be safe, man.
I mean, as y'all see, the Cash App is on the thing at $, the end of the bench. If you want to continue, you want to help us continue to expand, help people Illinois get a new computer. But please donate to the show. It'll be much appreciated. With that being said, thank y'all for tuning in. I really enjoy having Microwave on me. And Microwave always get at it. Shout out to Chief Rocker. Shout out to Raider Care. Shout out to Fly Ty. I hope he still... Ty came in on my request. Mad salutes to Fly Ty. I got my man out west, J. Ron, Fly Ty, RC, number one Chief Rocker, Jerry Vern, my main man, Marcus, Big Marcus. I got my man DJ Mad Knox, the show killer. Yeah, this Marcus from the hood. This Marcus from the hood. I said Fly Tie. I got Lauren, aka Boogie. Joe, Mr. Boogie. Y'all ain't know that. But I got my man Mad Knox. I said that already. Got my man Out West. Being from BS3 Sports and Entertainment. Go to the other side. I got Ray the Kev. I got my man DJ Chuck. J. Ron, RC, Moni in the middle. I got DJ Purplicious. I said the number one Chief Rocker Jersey Burn already. As y'all know, I end all my shows by I say a microwave salute to Mo Cheese. Hold your head up, brother. You're in a bad situation, but it's only temporary. All storms pass. And as I say at the end of every show, dream those dreams and man up and woman up and live those dreams, because life without dreams flows in black and white. Life with dreams flows with technicolor surround sound. Salute to Reggie O'Shea, and I'm going to end it the way I end it. 2 fingers, 1 word. It's HRap. LeBron, take your ass to Atlanta, play the All-Star game. We are out.